I had this really, really scary thought that I think after the quarantine ends, people will be afraid of people for a very long time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
People will not shake hands. People will not get close to people. People will not hug. Anything in proximity has been jeopardized, and it's sad. It makes me actually sad.
It's sad for some people because if you're traveling, so being down here is different. And the nice thing, I get to see Mac and all of you in your creative elements, right? But coming from San Francisco, which is, what do you always call me? Corporate.
Corporate.
Look, like I was traveling 20 days a month, sleeping in the grimiest hotel rooms in the country. And it's like, if I don't have to do that anymore, it's going to be dope.
So that's why you start OnlyFans.
Only turtlenecks.
Only turtlenecks. Imagine not having to ever check into the Renaissance Inn ever again. Because you're so busy counting money. That's the only thing you do all fucking day. If you have an OnlyFans, the only thing you do all day is count. And that's one of the downfalls of it. Like, think about it. You spent all your whole day making your titties look as nice as possible. And then after that, you got to count all that cash, bro. That's stressful. Turn anybody into a ghost.
I like shaking hands, you know.
It's a great way to like
beginning
meet someone.
of a meeting,
yeah.
End of a meeting, seal the deal. And the idea of not doing that anymore really bothers me. I seriously don't believe people will be as apt to interact with other humans, and it's sad.
Have you heard that it takes 21 days to make a habit? Do the same thing over and over again for 21 days, and that's the new habit.
90 days to make a behavior.
Yeah. So how long have we been in quarantine? We're 67, 68 days or something.
Wait, sorry, that's it? That's how long we've been in lockdown for?
2 months.
I think they started warning about it, so we were kind of on edge.
We were the first in San
Francisco. It feels like a year plus.
You know, 2+ months, but as we approach 90 days of a new behavior, that means that most humans will be completely changed on how they act and work with each other.
So this begs the question: will interaction with other humans become more mobile based?
Absolutely,
or technology based?
It already has. So people work from home all the time.
So is this like the beginning of that like technological revolution we've been talking about that leads to us becoming the fat people floating around in Wall-E?
I mean, yes.
Unequivocally,
but also,
yes.
I mean, something that I'm constantly thinking of right now, which you guys should feel free to chime in on, is right now we all have a chance to innovate and be creative for what people are looking for at home right now. And I don't know what it is, but we could get rich. We don't have to do OnlyFans. But there's a way. Is it a desk that people need to use? Is it a tool they don't have? It could be something small. But if we're all living in our houses like you guys do year round anyway, what is it?
Well,
that's a great
I have
question.
something.
I think Mac
I have something great. GP actually texted me about this. He made sure that I'm doing this right now.
Okay.
These awesome notepads are great. That's one tool that everyone could use. You can buy them on my website, macklin.io/shop. It's called the Mind Book. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. I invented it. It's the best, and I use it every day when I walk and I write on it. But
why I gotta ask, why would you not just type in your phone?
Because I like to write. I'm a writer. It's something about having my handwriting down and using a pen and like keeping concrete ideas, pen to paper, concrete ideas in one isolated spot. Abby, you actually have one of these. I gave you one.
I love it.
Have you used
I use it all the time. I do.
Bullshit.
We were talking yesterday, and I said, the thing is at work you have a binder you write in, right? It's a to-do list, but you never have something you write on that you say, I would have liked to have shown up this way or not have said this to Logan. I would have not liked to have called you, a million of the things that I do, right? So that's more about how do you change your behavior versus what are you doing with your day? What do you have to accomplish? What are your goals, right? So I think that's a helpful tool.
Yeah, something small for personal thoughts that's always open. I found when you have a notebook that you have to open, it's very hard to open that first page and start writing. This is always open.
I would never have a pen.
Question
ever.
for me.
I just wouldn't.
I don't.
That's
either.
fine.
My mind is. It works too fast for my hand to keep up with what I'm saying.
And that's for you.
Yeah.
I'm slightly more patient than you. We know that.
Or do you innovate and make it a pen that is stuck to that thing with a
I can clip
rope.
the pen into the top here if I really wanted.
Yeah.
It's definitely possible.
Going to what you were talking about earlier, how different things are going to be after all this, I've already started to notice those changes in myself, like when I go out into like a public place and people come up to me or us and they're like, yo, like Impaulsive, or I read the book, or I did this. My immediate reaction is this. Stop. Like they're like the fifth vital inspired me, man. I just want to shake your hand. I'm like, stop. Like I shut it down quickly. Like I correct that behavior within myself, and I'm like, all right, let's have a conversation. But as they edge closer, I find myself constantly dragging my feet backwards just a little bit. Like I'm always bopping backwards to see like what's my out here, and it's not because I'm scared of a stabbing or a handgun or something, but I'm scared of a potential sneeze or cough. I've been conditioned. That's what
I'm saying. And I believe the conclusion I reached that the only solution is until there is a proper, readily available vaccine for the coronavirus that has been distributed, and we all know how long that will take realistically. We're going to be in a state of pandemonium, like unfriendly, uninviting people are going to be inhabiting this earth.
I wouldn't call it pandemonium.
What about all the people that are going to bars right now in Arizona and Florida? Is like the beaches. People are packing the beaches and living life normally.
There's a huge political divide here. Yeah. Not to get into it again, because you can always trust me to do it. I'm not saying what side is which or anything. I'm just saying there's a group of people that are, regardless of political party, there's a group of people who truly believe that this country should get restarted and that we should be back out there at the bars partying right now. Uh-huh. It is not in the Constitution. It's not a law. I'm not governed by the United States of America to wear a mask to stay home. It's my fucking right to go out right now and take a shot of whiskey at a bar at a party. And so, it's you're seeing that in Florida, you're seeing it in Arizona, you're seeing it here even. Some people are not having it anymore. They're ready to go.
I mean, I think the decision that has to be made right now is, do you care about lives, which the obvious answer should be yes. And the New York Times cover we were talking about yesterday is iconic. If you haven't gotten it, go get it, because it's going to be worth something one day. 100,000 people have now died in this country. That is going to be an iconic cover forever. Yep. There it is.
So what is it?
Every name.
It's the names of all the people that have died.
What?
Yep. Along with a sentence about them. And so you've got to start making decisions about what's more important here: the lives of these people that are now memorialized forever, or an economy that is in absolute free for all.
Full transparency. I'm just looking at the names here, and a lot of them are older, and I would presume part of the thing that's happening here that we see on the beaches and everything is that young people feel slightly invincible from this thing, and
which they're not.
It's
by any means.
Statistically,
no, correct.
Right. But like statistically, also like they're much obviously less likely to perish from it.
I'm with you. I'm all about calculated risks and a thoughtful return to regular life. I'm with you. Trust me. I feel comfortable enough going out and getting things done. But I mean, to think for a second that we're in a position to just open the floodgates and say everybody go back and do what they were doing is completely preposterous and foolish. Like this needs to be done properly. And unfortunately, we've had, as Barstool Portnoy, the Prez has said since day one, we've had mixed messaging from the top. Dr. Fauci has said, this isn't something to worry about. Then it's the biggest killer of all time. And then it's not something to worry. And so like, you've gotten all these mixed messaging, you've gotten missteps from the government, and it's a fucking free for all. And I don't think anybody knows what they're doing besides Dave Portnoy.